Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Positive people, it's B plus here. Hope all is well. Kind of an impromptu live. I really don't have a schedule when it comes to these. Sometimes it's on my lunch break, out in my car. Today it is Sunday. It is Sunday. It is around almost 5 o'clock Central Time. Central Time. And I decided to hop on here to talk a little bit about this bracket that I put together on over on X. On X. I thought about putting it on Instagram as well, but I don't know Instagram as well. And I really am not I'm really not trying to learn something new right now. So I decided to only do it on X. And also X is just where I have the majority of the following that I have. So on X and also on YouTube. So Instagram is still just kind of growing, still just trying to learn it. The algorithm is different over there, and it's hard to crack. It's hard to crack. So I just figure um, I would put this bracket where I have the most of my own personal engagement. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Sunday. Sundays are really chill. Normally it's just church, relaxing with the family, with the wife and kids, and oftentimes a nap. I'm not feeling like a nap today. Didn't feel like a nap today, so here I am. Here I am. So gonna get a few things set up. Sorry if I'm looking all over the place. I am trying something different. Trying something different as far as my setup here. So I think I have everything. I have everything good. And let me make sure my screen is gonna do what I want it to do. So let me um for those of you that are watching, feel free to let me know where you're watching from. And we will get started and walk through this bracket, and I will explain how I put the bracket together here in a second. So um, let's do entire screen. Yo, that is not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Let's stop that. And actually, let's do that over here. And I think that is what I want to do over there. Okay, just trying to get the situation situated before we go ahead and kick off. I think that would be the best way to do it there. So, all right, bet. All right, bet. So, you guys hold tight really quick. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. All right, let's talk about this Lecrae bracket that I put together over on X. Now, a little bit of, I guess, information on how it came together before we go ahead and pull it up and get into it. So, it's March Madness season. I love March Madness season. A lot of college basketball. Then once that wraps up, NBA playoffs are not far behind. I'm a huge basketball fan, so I love brackets. I like tournaments and things like that. So I also really love Christian hip hop, so I tend to like to do brackets like this on the Christian hip hop side of things. So I decided to do one, and the one that I wanted to do, I won't say it because I may still try to do it at some point, but it just wasn't coming together. So this is like maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. Oh, probably more like 6 days ago, like last Tuesday. So was working on the bracket, was not coming together, and then it kind of popped in my head. Well, actually, I came across this website. I can't think of it what it is right now, but basically, it it pretty much ranks each and every song by an artist by their Spotify stream. So you can type in an artist, and then it'll rank literally every single song they've ever been on or featured on, and then you can kind of filter it around. So I was on that website, and then that's when the idea just popped in my head to do a bracket on Lecrae. My voice is mad bumpy for some reason, so sorry about that. So decided to go ahead and do that. And what I did was I grouped all his songs and then I ranked them 1 to 64. And then when I did that, I realized there were a lot of songs that he was just featured on. And I was like, I really didn't want to add those songs in there. So what I ended up doing, hold on one second. Something is not happening correctly. Let me see. Um, Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let me check something really quickly because I just got a notification that the YouTube video was not actually working. So let me check on that, and then I'll hop right back into my story. But let me just go click over on here. And sorry if there's a little feedback. Actually, let me go ahead and mute my mic really quick so you guys don't get some crazy feedback. Hold on one. And we're back. So everything is good. Everything looks like it's up and running and it's good. So let me go ahead and get back to what I was saying. Um, so where was I at? So I have all the songs ranked. I took out a lot of the songs where he was just featured, and I took the top 64 songs, and then I ranked them. Um, well, basically, you have to have 4 1 seeds, 4 2 seeds. So I did that all the way down, and I came up with the bracket. And that's how we got this bracket. So I feel like when I first posted it, a lot of people were asking why certain songs were the 1 seed and why some songs just really had a really, really abnormally long or uh what's what I'm looking for? A low seed. And then also some songs that are pretty good songs got like kind of a weird seeding. And a lot of that is because streaming I feel like streaming really it's really popular now, but around maybe 2006, 2006, 2017, 16, somewhere around there, things really exploded. And I feel like those albums that came out around that time were really inflated. So that's kind of how the bracket came together. So without any more stalling, I'm gonna go ahead and which way should I do it? Which way should I do it? Kind of debating. And actually I don't like the way this lays out. So let me do this. Let me do this on the fly and kind of get this kind of how I want it. And I think that's good right there. So let's go over to so you can see here, this is the red bracket. So let's hop over to X and then let me find see what's gonna be the best way of doing this. That's gonna be the best way. So we will begin with the red bracket. And I think there is a way to kind of blow the page up in a way. Ah, perfect, perfect. All right, so you can see here we have I'll Find You was a 16 seed, and it made quick work of Wish, and then we have the 8 9 seed. We have Don't Waste Your Life. Now that was one of the ones that people were kind of shocked that it was that low of a seed, but it made quick work of Celebrate More. So let's hop over here and move. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's hop over here and move those two forward to the next round, and then let's see what else we got. What else we got? And I haven't looked at these since the polls ended a couple days ago. I have not looked at these, so this is me kind of getting a live reaction. So Broke, Come and Get Me. Come and Get Me is a nice song, but it did not last too long up against Broke. And then wow, One call, I would have thought I would have got more. That's the biggest blowout we've seen so far. So we got broke. So no upsets quite yet. No upsets quite yet. We got broke coming along, and we also have nothing. So that nothing and broke matchup is gonna be pretty tough. Pretty tough. So let's keep going. Next up, we have some pretty nice matchups here, and I'll talk about about the 7 seed here in a second. I cheated a little bit. I cheated a little bit. So continuing on, we have again no upsets. Background, which is a sneaky good song. That was like the one of the very first times I heard Andy Mineo. I think he was Sea Light at the time. Then the next song is Drown. So um, two pretty resounding wins. Again, no upsets. We got background, moving on, and drown, moving on. So I said I cheated here because the 7 seed, I'm not even sure what song it was. It was a song that was like, I think it was part of a movie or something. And I didn't know the song. I didn't know the song at all. So I just took it out and I threw in a ringer. I threw in Church Clothes, the Dat Piff version, the one that's not on streaming. So I threw that in there. So let's see how it did. And of course it won. Any Attack is a good song off of the summer playlist. I think 23. I think it's 23 playlist. So shout out to I think who else is on that song? I think 1K Few, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, now this is the one I'm a little upset with myself because the I'm Turned No Regrets. That probably I want to say that one would have been an upset. I put all these polls to go for 2 days. For 2 days, but for that one, for some reason, I only put 1 day on it. So it ended a whole day early and it still had 23 votes. So this was a hot button matchup here. But and it got 23 votes in just 24 hours. These got 23 votes in like 2 out like in 2 days. So, but I felt like No Regrets was making a resurgence. I know Big Swiss was talking about that was one of his favorite songs. And for some reason, I just did not click the right button. So with that being said, we have again the red bracket has completed, and it has completed with absolutely zero upsets. And that's a big part of brackets are having upsets. So there's that. Let's continue going. Yellow is next. So let's go back over to Twitter, aka X, and go to our yellow bracket and hit this little book icon here. And then we can go ahead and zoom in. So blessings. That's pretty much a no-brainer. Still believe it's a good song, but it's going up against Blessings, the 1 seed. And I actually Take Me As I Am and Zombie. For some reason, I really, really like Zombie. I know it was like a very commercial cookie cutter type song, but I really like Zombie. I like the music video that went with it. Had a lot of Easter eggs in it from a lot of different Reach releases. So for some reason, I would have probably picked Zombie, but that is our first mild, really, really, really mild upset. So we got Blessings going to the next round, and we have Take Me As I Am off of the Real Talk album. So this is a Real Talk showing. So let's continue going. Next matchups, we have Cry For You and What You Mean. What You Mean is featuring Aha Gazelle back when Aha was with the Reach Records camp. So both of these matches were just about the same. Um, and and in the NCAA, there's always a 12-5 upset. So I wonder if there's going to be a 12-5 upset in the Lecrae bracket, but we will see. So no upsets once again. We got the 4 and the 5 going on. It's going to be an interesting matchup next round from the same album. So you can see like what I was saying about 2016, 17 around there was a lot of streaming was just really I feel like it was just maybe it wasn't its peak, but it felt like it was at its peak because you're going to see a lot of songs from All Things Work Together. So this is pretty much this whole bracket. This whole bracket or the top side of the bracket is All Things Work Together. Just a little bit over in the next one. So let's continue to keep going. We got an upset. We got Good Lord taking down Sidelines. Oh, I like Sidelines. That's a really I think that's Church Close 3. But Good Lord takes it down from Church Close 4. So that's a Church Close on Church Close violence right there. And also, if you guys are just now popping in here, thank you guys for stopping by. I am B plus, and I created a not Reach Records, a Lecrae bracket, his top 64 songs according to Spotify streams, and I ranked them and I created a bracket. So that's what we're doing. And then, so Good Lord pulls off an upset. Now we are over to Hammer Time and Timepiece. Now Timepiece is a sneaky good song, but no match for Hammer Time. That was, I believe, that was 1K Fuse coming out party on that one. So let's keep going. So we got an 11 upset, and then we got the 3 holding it down. And let's keep going. Welcome to America and Facts. That's an interesting matchup. Let's see what the people thought. Welcome to America by a landslide, and then Deep in is completely destroyed. Broken was broken. So not much to say about that. Let's just keep going. Yeah, Deep in. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. I got Hammer Time on here twice. Huh. Oh, I see what I did. I'm tripping. Sorry, y'all. There we go. How did I do that? I'm about to go back and watch my own video to figure out how I ended up getting that piece down there. I must have just been on, I don't know. I must have just been on airplane mode for a second. So let's continue going. And my screen is all messed up now. Okay, there we go. All right, let's keep going. We have the green bracket up next. Let's go ahead and check that one out. I feel like it's kind of quiet. Can I add music on here? Yeah, somebody made a comment that Timepiece lost Hammer Time. And again, like Space No Air, like that's a good point. Actually, let me go back. Let's go back and let's look at that. Like Timepiece is from the Anomaly album, and I feel like Hammer Time was like it was probably the lead single of All Things Work Together. But to me, like that's a lot closer than like what it indicated over here. If my memory serves me correct, it wasn't close. Let's go down. Yeah, it wasn't close. 2/3. So I don't know. I would have probably suspected it would have been a little bit closer myself. So Timepiece took the L. Space No Air. I actually agree with you. I appreciate you being here. And I definitely I agree with you because it should at least been closer at the very least. So let's keep going. Let's go over and also Space No Air. I'm not sure how long you've been here, but all these rankings were done by Spotify streaming total numbers. So that's how these rankings were how they came to be. All right, so let's keep going. We had a tight matchup between the 1 and the 16 seed. All I Need Is You. Again, a lot of the 1 seeds, the higher seeds are like the commercial type songs, but like if you're like a deep album cut type person, you're gonna be like Space No Air. Like, man, like how is Timepiece losing? Because Timepiece is a really, really nice song. But it catches the L. So and I misspoke. This Save Us. Save Us was the one I believe Big Swiss was talking about where he was saying that it's a sneaky good Christian hip hop song. Like just from top to bottom, it's just a great song. I think Bars and Beats was talking about it as well as being just like a really slept on song. So it actually gave All I Need Is You is a run for its money. But All I Need Is You, like I go to skate nights with my family and they play secular music. Every time we go, they play All I Need Is You every single time. So it's like it's a crossover commercial song. So probably the biggest blowout. And one of the biggest shocks is that Go Hard was a 9 seed. That's almost, I think Don't Waste Your Life got a 9 seed as well. So, but again, those are older songs. They haven't gotten as many streaming numbers. So we got a 1 seed and we got the 9 seed pulling things out here. All I Need Is You. And then we have Go Hard. Good, Bad, and Ugly is a good song too. It's a good song. Definitely. I mean, Lecrae doesn't put out very many bad songs. Oh man, I can already tell you right now. I'm telling you, I'm gonna look into this camera right now and tell you. Every March Madness bracket has a 12 upsetting a 5 seed. This is the one right here. There's no way Messengers is gonna be Wildin'. There's no way. There's no way. So let's go over here and see what the people said though. Let's see what the people said. There's no way. Okay, and it was a blowout. That makes sense to me because God bless messengers, but that is I remember DJing at a church, and it was before and after service, in between services, stuff like that. And I asked him, I was like, "Can I play rap?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, you can play rap. What's that one Lecrae song?" And I'm thinking like he about to name like a banger, and he was just like, "Messengers, play Messengers. You can play Messengers." And he was just like, he basically was saying like, you can't play any Lecrae song you want. You have to play Messengers and Messengers only. So, again, great song. Lecrae doesn't put out bad songs very often. I don't think that's a bad song. It's just very I'll say my words. We'll just say I called it. 12 beating the 5 seed. And then get back right. Let the trap say amen gets a win. I know a lot of people, it's like critically criticized, or I won't say critically acclaimed, because a lot of people have their jokes about let the trap say amen. Even I don't know if you guys saw Lecrae's roast. One of his friends roasted him, and it's up on his YouTube channel, and he was getting on him about that project. So we got 12 seed and we got a 4 seed going on. Let's keep moving. How am I doing on time? What time is it? Or how long have I been going? Where'd my camera go? They changed things around. All right, I'm not gonna try to make this go super long. So, and we are just about, yeah, we're just about done anyway. All right. So continuing on, we have, oh man, really? Man, I really like Power. I really like Power. Hold on one second. I missed another comment. Let's go back to Space No Air. He says, I wouldn't know made me a fan of KB for real. I will almost want to say same. I think I'm later getting to Lecrae, not to Lecrae. I mean to KB. So I think the one that had the art of drifting on it. Um, Today we rebel, tomorrow we live. Today we rebel, tomorrow we live. Tomorrow we live. I think it's tomorrow we live. I think when I really got on KB. And it was around the time of that song. So again, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But yeah, so I really like your Power because Swoop produced it, and I'm a super Swoop fan. And your Power got 2 Grammys, not one. It got 2 Grammys, but it goes down in the first round of Dirty Water. But again, this is one of those things where like your Power might have been more of a commercial success, won 2 Grammys, but Dirty Water is just like that beat just hits crazy. And then just the concept of the song, the message of the song, really speaking to a lot of the injustices and things like that. Dirty Water is a sleeper to go a long way in this mug. It really is a sleeper. So, um, and a little bit of a side note, I was messing around DJing the other day, and 2 songs really go together. I may drop a blend really soon. Dirty Water and Dirt really match really, really, really well. So I may drop that blend soon. And then next up, Say I Want, Two Sides of the Game. Let the trap say amen. Not that time. It caught the L. It caught the L. So we got Dirty Water from Anomaly, and then we have Say I Won't from Anomaly. So I think those songs back to back on that album. I have to go look that up. I have to go look that up. And now we have, oh man, we got 2 early Lecrae songs that were really bangers for him. So we got Jesus Music up against Just Like You. Now, if I had to call which one, I mean, it has to be Jesus Music. Just Like You, if it had a different matchup, that would have definitely got out the first round, but not against Jesus Music. Like riding with my top down. And then for this next one, this is going to be a 15-2 upset because where we come from is not going to be over the top just because it's not a part of an album and Lecrae fans don't know that song. So those are my 2 calls. I'm calling Jesus Music and I'm calling Over the Top for real. And there it is. There it is. And almost by the same percentage. So let's go ahead and keep things moving. And Jesus Music to the next round and Over the Top. And I'll probably post these second round matchups tomorrow on Twitter. So if you are not following me, um, If you're not following me on Twitter, actually, let me throw that up really quickly. Or X. Make sure you follow me over there. That's where these this is going to be going down. I may expand it out to Instagram. I don't know. I just don't feel like learning anything new. I'm just not I'm not in the mood to learn anything new right now, or today, or tomorrow, or this week. So we're probably just going to stick right there on X. So that is where you can find that. So next up we have our blue bracket. And again, perfect. Like we just talked about where we come from. It's getting beat by over the top. I'm gonna tell you right now, gravity is going it's gonna stump this is my time into the ground. It's not gonna be close. It's gonna be very close to 100% when we go look this up. So let's see if my assumption is correct. All right, here we go. And let's click the little book. Oh wow, they got a few more wins. Maybe they got some video game plays. I think this is my time is from um that video game. Spider-Man. I think it's from Spider-Man. So I feel like that's why maybe we got some gamers that resonate with that song. But Gravity is just like iconic outsiders. How come I can't okay, I got that song. I can think of it, but the Can't Do You. I don't think I even know what album is that from. From Church Close 3. I do not remember that song at all. Like not even one bit. Not a melody, not anything. But it did not win. Outsiders gets the dub, goes on to the next round. So we got Restore versus Praying for You. That could be close. Praying for You is another one of those iconic songs. And man, I don't like this 14-13 matchup here. I like Can't Stop Me Now is like one of my favorite Lecrae songs. Like of his thoughtful, more introspective, testimonial, like vulnerable songs, like Can't Stop Me Now, and that lane that Lecrae has of songs like that, that was probably number one until Journey came out. And then Journey came out, and then Journey like jumped over Can't Stop Me Now. But they're like that same, they're on that same type of vein. So I would probably pick Can't Stop Me Now, but Spread the Ops is probably gonna get the win. And I'm gonna guess that Praying for You is gonna get an upset. So I'm predicting Spread the Ops, even though I would pick an upset, and I'm guessing Praying for You. Ooh, Restore won by a close margin. That's probably one of our closer margins that we have had. So we got Restored, and of course Spread the Ops. Can't Stop Me Now gave up. It gave a little bit. That would have gave my vote if I had one. So we got Restored by a hair, and then we have Spread the Ops. Spread the Ops is going to really, I think, Spread the Ops is going to be really tough to beat. Really tough to beat. All right, let's keep going. Oh, I'm gonna guess Fear, and I'm gonna guess Tell the World. Fear and Tell the World. There we go. There we go. Fear's gonna make a run. Fear's a good song. Tell the World. That's Molly Music. That's a good song too as well. So we got Fear taking down 828, and then we got Tell the World taking down Take Me Up. So we got some gravity representation in there. So we got Boasting and versus Give In. Give In has like that commercial type of feel to it. Set Me Free versus Hold Up Wait. Oh wow, Hold Up Wait. I forgot that was even in here. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. Boasting and Set Me Free. Hold on one second, y'all. Yes. Not right now. I'll be there in a second. Thank you, sweetie. Sorry about that. Shout out to the kids. Shout out to the kids. Um, let's keep going. Yeah. So we are at boasting, and Set Me Free. Oh, I think I would have guessed. Hold up, wait. Let me be honest. I don't think I gave that prediction, but yeah, that's where I would have went. So let's go boasting, and I think that's it. I think that's where we're at right now. So what I'm gonna do now, um, not right now, but here in a moment, I am going to get all this into polls and set up on X, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to walk through all these picks. So thank you guys for stopping by and checking out this video. Again, I just love doing fun stuff. I love Christian hip hop. It's done a lot for me throughout the years from the time that I first heard it. I always say the year that I fell in love with Christian hip hop was in 1999. So many great albums came out in that year. We had Christology in layman's terms. Pedity came out with his project as well. Christology in layman's terms. I Can See Clearly Now by Gospel Gangsters. Grits, The Art of Translation. Was another one. Who else came out with something that year? It was just a good year. It's a good year for Christian hip hop. That was the year where I was like, okay, I can latch on to this, and because it gave me stuff from, like I said, I gave you just now East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. I gave you the South. Lil Rascal, The Day After, I think the name was that album. So yeah, so 1999 was the year I fell in love with Christian hip hop, and I've been rocking with it ever since. It really broke down the gospel and living for Christ in a way where I can grasp it as a teenager. And then as I've gotten older, thank God there were some artists that really matured and talked about things from the perspective of not just I guess when I was younger, I was probably more on the more rappers who rap theology because I couldn't grasp it very well in church. Through the preaching and things like that, I can grasp it okay, but I really grasped it well, the theology. And then as I got older, so I would say like growing up, Ambassador, Truth were like my favorites, the Tonic, a lot of guys in cross movement. Then as I got older, I remember when Reach Records came along, and of all the Reach Records artists, everybody else had their favorites, the Triple E's, the Tadashi's, Lecrae. I was like, Show was my guy. So because he really expressed himself and expressed where he was at in a way that I really grasped onto, and then from there, I start to love artists like Propaganda, Swoop, a lot of people who are able to really contextualize like their faith in a way that really helped sustain me. Then you had artists starting to get married and have kids, and they were talking about that. Again, Show Baraka is one of those ones that I just thought about that, where I heard that in his music, and yeah, it was just a really fun ride, just to from Christian hip hop from the late '90s all the way up to the 2000s and then the 2010s, and then we had all these social ills going on, and Christian hip hop was again there for me to kind of walk me through that season. And now married 13 years, got two kids, and Christian hip hop is still pouring into my life. And I have the awesome opportunity for those of you that don't know, I might as well go ahead and shout it out. I am the host of a B pop. I am a host. I am a host of a radio show on Holy Culture Radio entitled the Be Positive Music Show. So check that out over. Well, I have up here on the link of Spotify. Every song that I play on my show, I have playlists of those songs over there. I also, well, this is a quick way where you can download the app. It's 24/7 Christian hip hop. It's completely free. Hit the QR code on the screen, and you can have 24/7 Christian hip hop. My show airs on, where's my ticker at? Where's my ticker at? I might as well just throw that up there. So my ticker, hold on, drop some. All right, there we go. Yeah, my show airs 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. The Be Positive Music Show. So love for you guys to stop by there. What else do I have going on? I am on Instagram as well. That's where I drop a lot of my blends, and still, like I said, trying to figure out Uncle Al. That's who I call the algorithm, Uncle Al. Uncle Al be tripping. I don't understand. But I do try. I do try. So and yeah, just if you want to just tap in with a lot of stuff that I have going on, my link tree is on the screen here below. Check that out. And yeah, this was fun. Just stopped in here just to talk with you guys really quick about a little bit of what I have going on with this Lecrae bracket. I will be dropping, I might even drop it tonight. Just to kind of get things going. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll drop it tonight. That way it'll end. If I give it 2 days, it'll end around this time on on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we can maybe do the same thing. So That's what I got. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Once again, I am B plus, and until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive.